Alright, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Happy Holidays and multi-sport to get into. When we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That will make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we go live and be live. Also mention no purchase necessary. Link in the description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Jamal Lewis, 1 of 2. Antonio Davis, 14 of 15. And Robert De Niro, 1 of 1. Boom. Good start. Box 2. Ron Howard, 1 of 2. Ryan Sandberg, 8 of 15. And Sarah Strong, 4 of 4. Kevin Mitchell, 1 of 1. Howard Johnson, 2 of 5. And John Morant, 2 of 2. Box 4. Steve Nash, 1 of 1. Ethan Grunkemeyer, 1 of 5. And Justin Jefferson, 1 of 4. Box 5. Max Holloway, 5 of 5. Roy Jones Jr., 1 of 1. And Chevy Chase, 1 of 1. Box 6. Sammy Sosa, 1 of 1. Jared Curtis, 3 of 15. And Cam Scatterboot, 1 of 1. Thankfully, no Dylan Gabriel yet. As a fellow Browns fan, thankfully. Amarian Hampton, 2 of 3. Johnny Bench, 5 of 5. And Andre Dawson, Sammy Sosa. Dual auto, 4 of 5. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have either of those two guys. Barry Switzer, 1 of 1. Randy Quaid, 6 of 15. And Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, 1 of 1 dual auto. Oh, that's cool. Box number 9. Diana Taurasi, 3 of 3. Bud Selig. 1 of 1. And Conor McGregor. 2 of 5. And final box of the break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Carlos Borrega. 1 of 15. Dennis Rodman. 6 of 15. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. Boom. 1 of 15 to close us out. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break. As always, spend a little bit of your Friday morning here with us. Do appreciate it. Go ahead and get a hair recap going real quick. And take care of our 2 randoms. For the heads, Antonio Davis, Howard Johnson, Ethan Grunkemeyer, Chevy Chase, Cam Scattaboo, Barry Switzer, Diana Taurasi, Bud Selig, Conor McGregor, Carlos Borrega, Dennis Rodman, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Jamal Lewis, Kevin Mitchell, John Morant, Justin Jefferson, Max Holloway, Jared Curtis, Amarian Hampton, and Johnny Bench. Robert De Niro, Ron Howard, Ryan Sandberg, Sarah Strong, Steve Nash, Roy Jones Jr., Sammy Sosa, and Randy Quaid. And headed to random.org, dual auto, Andre Dawson and Sammy Sosa. And Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird. Alright, that is it for Multisport. We are on to 2025 Leaf Football Nation Solo Edition here in a few minutes. We'll get that set up and good to go. But first, we're going to head to random.org and knock these 2 out real quick. Back that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Going to be 3 how to be vibe for us. We're going to go 6 times on each random. Starting off with Andre Dawson and Sammy Sosa. Last break till 2027, but we just got the Happy New Year cards out of this. It's only 2026. Plenty of time to make up for it. That is 5 times. Final roll. Sammy Sosa with the win. Congratulations. And Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird. Final roll. Diana Taurasi with the win. Congratulations. Alright. We are on to 2025 Leaf Football Nation Solo Edition. We'll be back that in just a second. And for the rest of you guys, thank y'all again. And look forward to seeing y'all back in here sometime soon. Let's see, the VOD will be available once this stream ends. It'll be in about 15 minutes since you're here on eBay Live. Otherwise, you can go over to YouTube. You can see the VOD immediately. Nice Switzer. Oh, well, that makes up for the for losing out on the triple the other day. So sorry about that, but glad we can make up for it. Never got any message about NASCAR today. It is at noon, so in about 40 minutes, noon EST, same as in the message. So that is still on and good to go. Alright. Welcome in, everybody, to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Elite Football Nation Solo Edition to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we're live to be live. Also, make sure to present safe link down in the description. All right. Pack number one. Good luck, everybody. Fernando Mendoza, Drew Brees, and CJ Daniels, 4-6. Taj Brooks, Brady Cook, and De'Aaron Hill, 15/15. Elizabeth Bentley IV, Tim Wham, and Deuce Knight, 3/15. Jesus Fodena, Dane Weber, and Juju Lewis, 1/5. Oh, this box cutter is letting me down today. Patrick Peterson, Cam Coleman, and Ra Thomas, 3/5. That's because it was the wrong box cutter. Jeremiah Love, Urian Dickey, and Jalen Henderson, 1/1. Taj Brooks, Alvin Kamara, and Carson Gordon, 7/7. Byron Brown, Giorgio Chiellini, and Ty Felton, 2/2. Jeremiah Love, Thurman Thomas, and Akeland Deer, 6/8. George McIntyre, Dave Casper, and Luke Nickel, 3/5. Noah Grums, Zion Chris, and Rudolph Blaze Ingram. Siobhan Cordiero, Jaden Greathouse, and Antoine Wallace Jr., 1/4. . Dual press proof, Eddie George and Lamar Bo Jackson. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have either of those two guys. Jeremiah Love and CJ Bailey, 4 of 8. Tristan Saab, Lamar Bo Jackson, and Dallas Wilson. Wonderful Chat Mons, DJ Lagway, and Jaden Higgins, 1 of 15. Cam Davis, Roger Staubach, and Michael Hawkins Jr., 10 of 15. John Mateer, Nick Anderson, and LeJonte Wester, 1 of 5. Austin Simmons, Ty Felton, and Le'Veon Moss, 1 of 1. Eli Holstein, John Mateer, and Jaden O'Neal, 8 of 15. I'm assuming it's going to be G-Mac that'll be starting. Unless Faison has like a really, really, really good camp. There's also the off chance that Aguilar comes back. Brady Quinn, Mason Oldsclaw, and Lamar Bo Jackson, 4 of 8. His case is a lot different from Diego Pavia's or Trinidad Chambliss's. So I think there's a pretty good chance he can come back for another year. Le'Veon Moss, Carson Gordon, and Tommy Castellanos, 4 of 15. If he does, then G-Mac is in the portal, and Faison is next up in 2028 or 2027. Rod Woodson, Tim Weah, and Will Griffin, 12 of 15. Kendrick Riscano, Elijah Haven, and Trammell Jones Jr., 3 of 6. Jack Endries, Aaron Gregory, and Ryan Montgomery, 2 of 2. Faison Brandon, Hines Ward, and Beckham Kritza, 4 of 8. Mike Singletary, Lenore Sellers, and Brady Edmonds, 1 of 2. Omari Miller, triple press proof, Barry Sanders, Earl Campbell, and Bo Jackson. That'll also be headed to random.org at the end of the break. And Byron Brown, 10 of 15. Le'Veon Moss, Cade Klubnik, and Lenore Sellers, 6 of 6. Jake Brenningstool, Derek Zammett, and Israel Abrams, 6 of 8. And final pack, the break, pack number 30. Jordan Tyson, Oscar Delp, and Mabry Metzauer, 1 of 1. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break, as always. We'll go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second, and then take care of our randoms. Also, this can be a reminder that you can check out the Hobby House, which starts streaming every day after we finish up here. That is just live for personal reps. If you have any desire for that, we've got you covered. All Leaf. Oh yeah, Tristan Keys is going to be really good. Big fan of his. Fernando Mendoza, Drew Brees, CJ Daniels, Brady Cook, De'Ari Hill, Deuce Knight, Dane Weber, Cam Coleman, Alvin Kamara, Byron Brown, Giorgio Chiellini, Aikland Deer, George McIntyre, Dave Casper, Siobhan Cordiero, Antoine Wallace Jr., CJ Bailey, Dallas Wilson, DJ Lagway, Nick Anderson, Austin Simmons, Eli Holstein, Brady Quinn, Elijah Haven, Aaron Gregory, Faison Brandon, Hines Ward, Beckham Kritza, Brady Edmonds, Byron Brown, Kate Klubnik, and Derek Zammit. Jesus Ferreira, Juju Lewis, Patrick Peterson, Jeremiah Love, Urian Dickey, Jalen Henderson, Carson Gordon, Jeremiah Love, Luke Nickel, Noah Grubbs, Jaden Greathouse, Jeremiah Love, Lamar Bo Jackson, Jaden Higgins, Cam Davis, Michael Hawkins Jr., John Mateer, LeJontay Wester, Le'Veon Moss, John Mateer, Jaden O'Neal, Mason Holtzclaw, Lamar Bo Jackson, Le'Veon Moss, Carson Gordon, Kendrick Riscano, Jack Endries, Mike Singletary, Lenora Sellers, Amarian Miller, Le'Veon Moss, Lenora Sellers, Jake Brenningstool, Israel Abrams, Jordan Tyson, Oscar Delp, and Mabry Metzauer. Taj Brooks, Elizabeth Lee IV, Tim Wham, Ra Thomas, Taj Brooks, Ty Felton, Thurman Thomas, Zion Chris, Rudolph Blaze Ingram, Tristan Saab, Wonderful Champ Mons, Roger Staubach, Ty Felton, Tommy Castellanos, Rod Woodson, Tim Wham, Will Griffin, Trevor Jones Jr., and Ryan Montgomery. And headed to random.org. Dual press proof for Lamar Bo Jackson and Eddie George. And triple press proof, Barry Sanders, Earl Campbell, and Bo Jackson. The actual Bo Jackson. Alright, that is it for football. We are on to 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go. First, we're going to head over to random.org and knock these two out. Back to that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Could be through a high to be valid for us. We're going to go 8 times on each random, starting off with Eddie George and Lamar Bo Jackson. And 7 times, final roll. Eddie George with the win. Congratulations. And Barry Sanders, Earl Campbell, and regular Bo Jackson. That is 7 times, final roll. Barry Sanders with the win. Congratulations. Alright. We'll be back in just a few minutes with 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball. If you're watching on YouTube, don't go anywhere. If you're watching on eBay Live, then you need to switch over to the second stream that's going up in just a second. Alright, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we go live and be live. Also mention no purchase necessary from link down description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Get to start off with a booklet, it looks like. Vladimir Guerrero, 3/20. Pete Rose, 7/15. Edgar Martinez, 32/35. And today's lineup, 3/20. Oh, that thing is a little bit of a rough spot up here. David Lopez, Bill Russell, Steve Garvey, Shohei Ohtani, Duke Schneider, Ron C., Mike Piazza, Dusty Baker, and Raul Mondesi. Good enough way to start it. We'll Shohei patch. Derek Jeter, 9/12. Raul Mondesi, 10/20. 1/1. Bat knob, Jeffrey Leonard. Boom. And Jose Canseco, 8/35. Box number 3. Rob Deere, 6/7. Willie Upshaw, 5/20. 4/5. Terry Pendleton. Bat barrel. And Ruben Sierra, Juan Gonzalez, 6/7. Dual patch auto. Box 4. Travis Lee, 2 of 45. Willie Stargell, 11 of 30. Rogers Hornsby, 4 of 5. And Bobby Baseball, 22 of 30. Box 5, halfway point. That is correct. NASCAR is coming up next. Start in about, give or take, 13 minutes. Top of the hour. Fred Lynn, 18 of 45. Tim Raines, 15 of 45. Billy Williams, Johnny Bench and Johnny Bench, 4 of 35. And Don Mattingly, 9 of 25. Box 6. Cookie Rojas, 32 of 45. Reggie Jackson, 30 of 30. Fall Class 6, Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Marquise Grissom, Fred McGriff, and Ryan Klesko, 12 of 12. And Dave Justice, 10 of 40. Box 7. Mark McGuire, 11 of 35. Kenner Beck, 4 of 5. Frank Robinson, 5 of 7. And Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, 12 of 12. Boom. Heavy on the Yankees? A little bit. But a lot of this stuff is like guys from like the 90s. So that's kind of understandable. Paul Molitor, 5 of 5. Stan the Man, 1 of 3. Doug Alt, Roberto Alomar, Devon White, Ricky Henderson, Willie Upshaw, Dave Winfield, Carlos Delgado, and Joe Carter, 2 of 12. And Gary Sheffield, 29 of 35. It's also pretty heavy on the Braves, which my childhood appreciates. Box 9. Hubie Brooks, 41/45. Ken Oberkfell, 1/3. 1/3, Rogers Hornsby, Miller Huggins, Ozzie Smith, Keith Hernandez, Elena Cepeda, Jack Clark, Joe Ducky Medwick, and Gary Templeton. And Joe Torre, 11/35. And final box of the break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Matt Kemp, 16/45. Ozzie Smith, 16/25. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., and Greg Vaughn, 1/6. And Eddie Murray, 2/15 to close us out. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break. As always, we'll go and get a hit recap going real quick. And then we'll take care of all of our randoms. We do have a nice handful of them. All right. For the hits, Edgar Martinez, Derek Jeter, Bobby Baseball, Don Mattingly, Fred Lynn, Dave Justice, Cookie Rojas, Frank Robinson, Gary Sheffield, Hubie Brooks, and Eddie Murray. Pete Rose, Jose Canseco, Jeffrey Leonard. 1/1 Batnon. Kenner Beck, Mark McGuire, Paul Molitor, Joe Torre, Ken Oberkfell, Ozzie Smith, and Matt Kemp. Vladimir Guerrero, Raul Mondesi, Terry Pendleton, Bat Barrel, Willie Upshaw, Rob Deere, Rogers Hornsby, Willie Stargell, Travis Lee, Tim Raines, Reggie Jackson, and Stan the Man Musial. And headed to random.org. Dual patch autos for Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, Juan Gonzalez, and Ruben Sierra. Billy Williams, Johnny Bench, and Johnny Bench. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., and Greg Vaughn. Doug Alt, Roberto Alomar, Devon White, Ricky Henderson, Willie Upshaw, Dave Winfield, Carlos Delgado, and Joe Carter. Rogers Hornsby, Miller Huggins, Ozzie Smith, Keith Hernandez, Elena Cepeda, Jack Clark, Joe Ducky Medwick, and Gary Templeton. Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Marquise Gibson, or Grissom, Fred McGriff, and Ryan Klesko. Don't worry, I can read, I promise. And starting lineup, or today's lineup: David Lopez, Bill Russell, Steve Garvey, Shohei Ohtani, Duke Schneider, Ron C., Mike Piazza, Dusty Baker, and Raul Mondesi, 3/20. And that will do it for baseball, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here, being part of the break as always. Spend a little bit of your Friday morning here with us. We're going to head over to random.org real quick and knock all these out. We'll back that in just a few minutes. If you're looking for NT NASCAR, that is coming up as soon as we finish these randoms. All right, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Got to throw your high to be valid for us. We're going to go 10 times on each random. Starting off with Juan Gonzalez, Ruben Sierra. That is 9 times. Final roll. Ruben Sierra with the win. Congratulations. Bo Jackson and Frank Thomas. That is 9 times. Final roll. Frank Thomas with the win. Congratulations. Billy Williams and Johnny Bench. Final roll. Billy Williams. Congratulations on beating the odds on that one. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., and Greg Vaughn. That is 9 times. Final roll. Sammy Sosa with the win. Congratulations. Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Marquise Grissom, Fred McGriff, and Ryan Klesko. That is 9 times. Final roll. Paul O'Neill with the win. Congratulations. Doug All, Roberto Alomar, Devon White, Ricky Anderson, Willie Upshaw, Dave Winfield, Carlos Delgado, and Joe Carter. That is 9 times. Final roll. Joe Carter with the win. Congratulations. Rogers Hornsby, Miller Huggins, Ozzie Smith, Keith Hernandez, Leonard Cepeda, Jack Clark, Joe Ducky Medwick, and Gary Templeton. That is 9 times. Final roll. Miller Huggins with the win. Congratulations. And finally, Davey Lopez, Bill Russell, Steve Garvey, Shohei Ohtani, Duke Schneider, Ron C., Mike Piazza, Dusty Baker, and Raul Mondesi. That is 9 times. Final roll. Shohei Ohtani with the win. Congratulations. All right, that is it for Lumber. We are on to 2025 to the NT NASCAR here in a second. Gonna get that set up and good to go. We'll be back to you guys shortly. If you're on eBay Live, the live is going to end here, but you can watch NASCAR over on YouTube. All right, welcome in everybody to the BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm Beat. Today we've got one case of 2025. The NT NASCAR to get into. When we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks. And let you know we go live and be live. Also, you must know print necessary for link down in the description. Alright. Sorry about the delay and getting this break done. But thankfully we can get this knocked out. We do have a case of this ending tonight as well. And good news, that case is here as well. So that break can also happen without any problems. Box number 1, good luck everybody. Start off with a Brandon Jones, Taylor Gray, and Bubba Wallace on the white sparkles. Austin Beers, 20/35. Austin Hill, 30/99. That is stuck. There we go. Dual patch, Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek, 26/30. And dual patch, Kevin Harvick and Jeff Burton, 22/75. Those will be headed to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have either of those two guys. Kyle Larson, 8/10. (22/25), Joe Nemechek. Patch auto booklet. Eric Almirola, 4/13. Kyle Busch, 59/99. And Carson Osavar, 67/99. Box number 2. Cole Custer, Brent Cruz, and Kevin Harvick, white sparkles. Connor Zilic, 12/35. Landon Castle, 4/99. Garrett Smithley, 2/30. Chris Buescher, 67/99. William Byron, 96/99. (75/75), Christian X. Austin Dillon, 64.99. Dual auto, 13/25. Casey Kane and Mark Martin. That'll also be headed to random.org at the end of the break. And Corey Day, 63/99. Box number 3. Casey Kane, Raja Karut, and Kurt Busch, white sparkles. Four or 5, Ty Gibbs. Alex Bowman, 14/99. William Byron and Rudy Fugel, 60/75. Ryan Truex, 1/10. Landon Castle, 57/99. Harrison Burton, 6/25. Sammy Smith, 96/99. Wow. Another dual auto. 4/10. Chandler Smith and Lane Riggs. Boom. We are killing it on the randoms that are going to have to come up. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., 49/75. Nice. And final box of the break. Box number 4. Good luck, everybody. Shane Van Gisbergen, Justin Allgaier, and Corey Hahn. Close out the white sparkles. Brent Cruz, 15/15. Clint Boyer, 97/99. Ryan Newman, 77/99. Kevin Harvick, 24/75. Davey Allison, 19/30. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 60/99. John Hunter Nemechek, 9/99. Daniel Emmerich, 8/25. Darrell Waltrip, 2/10. Nice patch. And final card of the break will be a redemption. Triple threat signers, Denny Hamlin. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break as always. Apologies again for the delay. But that overall was a solid enough case. Hopefully it made up for it a little bit. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick. Then we'll take care of our 5 randoms. For the hits, Brandon Jones, Bubba Wallace, Austin Beers, Austin Hill, Eric Almirola, Carson Osavar, Cole Custer, Brent Cruz, Connor Zillich, Garrett Smithley, Chris Butcher, Christian X, Austin Dillon, Corey Day, Alex Bowman, Harrison Burton, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Corey Heim, Brent Cruz, Clint Boyer, Davey Allison, Daniel Hemrick, Darrell Waltrip, and Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Landon Castle, Kurt Busch, Casey Kane, Landon Castle, Justin Allgaier, Kevin Harvick, John Hunter Nemechek, Taylor Gray, William Byron, Roger Carruth, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Truex, Sammy Smith, Shane Van Gisbergen, Ryan Newman, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Patch Auto Booklet, 23 of 25, Joe Nemechek. And headed to random.org. Patches, John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick and Jeff Burton, and Rudy Fugle, William Byron. And dual autos, 13 of 25, Mark Martin and Casey Kane, and Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, 410. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank you all again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. We look forward to having you all back in here sometime soon. Like I said, there's another case of this ending tonight. So potentially see y'all back here tomorrow. In the meantime, we're going to head over to random.org real quick and knock these 5 out. Back to that in just a second. Alright, we've got random door pulled up and good to go. Gotta roll some dice. Gonna be through a high view out for us. We're gonna go 11 times on the randoms. What happened? So many things. So many things are happening all at once. William Byron and Rudy Fugel up first. That is 10 times. Bottom rope. William Byron with the win. Congratulations. Kevin Harvick and Jeff Burton. That is 10 times. Bottom rope. Kevin Harvick with the win. Congratulations. Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. Bottom rope. John Hunter Nemechek with the win. Congratulations. Mark Martin and Casey Kane. That is 10 times. Final rope. Casey Kane with the win. Congratulations. And Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith. That is 10 times. Final rope. Lane Riggs with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank y'all again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. We look forward to having y'all back here sometime soon. And until next, everybody, have a great rest of your Friday and lead into the weekend.